If you're thinking about moving to Austin, you probably have heard all of the hype. Great food, fun vibes, and a booming job market. But what is it really like to live here? Well, today I'm going to break down the top 5 pros and the top 5 cons of living in Austin. From someone that actually grew up here and works here every day, I have seen it all. So whether you're thinking about relocating or just Austin curious, this video is going to be for you. So I'm going to start with the pros just because I'm a positive person, but no city is perfect and Austin is not the exception. So make sure to stick around for the cons and let's get into it. Pro number 1, a strong job market. Let's start with one of the reasons why most people move here. It's opportunity. Austin has a booming job market, and it's not just tech, although tech does play a big part in it. But we also have a lot of jobs in healthcare, education, music and entertainment, finance, and government jobs. But just some examples in tech. Austin has a $1 billion campus in North Austin. There's Tesla Gigafactory here in East Austin that just keeps adding on jobs. Google and Meta have a ton of space downtown. And the largest software company, NVIDIA, just purchased 100,000 square feet to join the Austin tech space. But it's not just tech giants. That makes up for about 13% of our job market. There's higher education with St. Edward's and the University of Texas being a part of Austin. Austin is the live music capital of the world, so there's a lot of jobs in music and entertainment. And Austin is the capital of Texas, also giving us a lot of government jobs. So if you're coming here looking for that job opportunity, you probably have a good chance. If you're curious of what salaries look like, drop a comment with your industry and I'd love to give you some local insight. Let's move on to pro number 2, no state income tax. If you're moving from a state that does, like California or New York, this is an instant raise and a huge draw of why people move to the Austin area. And yes, we'll get into property taxes, hang tight, but for a lot of people, this tax-friendly setup is a major financial gain. Pro number 3, the culture, the food, and the live music. If you like live music and chill vibes, well, Austin will definitely deliver. Our food scene has always been good, but I would say the last decade, our food scene has blown up. You can always rely on those staples like barbecue, Tex-Mex, and the best tacos around. As I mentioned, Austin is a live music capital of the world, so on any random night, you can definitely find some live music around, whether that's the Elephant Room, Antone's, Stubbs. We have a lot of great music venues. And our events are next level. Some you probably have heard about, like ACL and South by Southwest, but there is always something going on in Austin. December, we have the Trail of Lights, which is gorgeous. There's Eeyore's birthday party, which is basically like a big hippie picnic. They have it every year. The Kite Festival, and there's other big events like Formula One and the Austin Rodeo. This is a city where there is always something happening. Looking for your favorite type of food? Drop it in the comments and I'd love to give you some local recommendations. Let's go on to pro number 4, outdoor lifestyle. Austin is known for its green spaces, miles and miles of hike and bike trails, a couple lakes sprinkled in between, and we have an abundance of outdoor patios. Martin Springs is actually a spring-fed pool that stays 60 degrees all year long, so it's great for those blazing hot summer days, which we'll get to that too. The Greenbelt is a massive trail system where you can hike, bike, swim, and even rock climb a little. But Austin also has Lake Travis and Lake Austin, where you can go boating, paddleboarding, swimming, or just hang lakefront. I love that the majority of the year, the weather is very nice to be outside. So if you're an outdoorsy person, you're gonna love it here. One thing I personally love about Austin is the people and the vibe. Everybody is just so nice. It's super laid back, creative, and weird, but in the best way possible. You can go to a fancy restaurant in chanclas and your shorts. Nobody cares, just have a shirt on. People will wave at you on the road, say hi on the trails. It's just that kind of city. Whether you're a transplant, and most people are, or you're born and raised here, you're never gonna feel like an outsider. And I love that because it's really easy to make friends as well. And when you're coming to a new city, don't you want a welcoming vibe? Now that I've given you all the rainbows and the butterflies, let's flip it. There's definitely some cons of living in Austin. And con number 1 is going to be the traffic. Austin is growing fast. Like, it's more than double the size since the 90s. And the roads, they just can't keep up. And don't even get me started about being on the dreaded I-35. There is construction everywhere. And the city's working on it, but honestly, I don't know if we'll ever be caught up because more and more people are just moving into Austin. But of course, they're expanding roads, adding more toll roads. They're doing caps and stitches on I-35 to connect downtown and the east side. There's Project Connect, which will expand the light rail system that we have here because that is very limited and is projected to be done in 2033, so don't count on it yet. So yes, plan on traffic because if you're moving to Austin, it's inevitable. Con number 2, rising property taxes. Remember when I told you that Austin doesn't have any income state tax, which is phenomenal? There's definitely a flip side to that. Texas is known for its property taxes, and in fact, it's one of the highest in the country. I mean, that's how we pay for schools, roads, emergency services. So if the value of your home goes up, which is usually a very good thing, so does your property tax bill. And unfortunately, even renters are going to feel it because landlords are going to pass those costs along. If you're curious to know more about property taxes or just what to budget for housing, feel free to drop it in the comments and I can help you out. And let's move on to con number 3, and that is a hot, humid summer. Not a hot girl summer. I mean, it can be, but is it hot and humid here? I'm just gonna be real here. Austin's summers are brutal. Very common for us to see triple-digit temperatures for consecutive days. The humidity is like, ugh, like you just stepped in a sauna. It is so hot. So if you are not a fan of the heat, maybe either think about having a second home during the summer or don't move here. Now the worst months are typically July and August. And kind of how I look at it is I don't want to live in the snow. No, thank you. And I'm sure when you live in the snow, probably February and March, you don't really go outside. Well, here, July and August, I don't really go outside unless I'm going to the pool or going boating. Now, flip side to that is the majority of the year we have really good weather. It's normal for us to be out on patios in December. Tell me what you think. Would you rather deal with heat or with snow? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to con number 4, and that's limited public transit. Believe it or not, Austin was once a very little town, and our public transit is really, I don't want to say non-existent, but it is very, very limited. There is the Austin Light Rail, but that only runs one direction from Leander to downtown. Now, I had already mentioned it, but Project Connect is going to expand that quite a bit, but again, that will be done in 2023. And then we have public buses, but again, we talked about traffic. So if you have to commute by bus, that's gonna double your commute time easily. So if you're gonna move to Austin, you're gonna definitely want a vehicle, unless you're living somewhere very walkable where you can live, work, play, like the East Side, downtown, Mueller, places like that. If you live in a hub, then you can get away without having a car. Otherwise, make sure to have a vehicle. On number 5, rising cost of living. Finally, the biggie, the cost of living. Austin has seen an influx of people coming in, and unfortunately, that rises the cost of everything else. While it's still cheaper than a lot of major cities like San Fran and New York, it's not that bargain deal that you were getting 5 years ago. Groceries, rent, gas, especially going out, we have seen all of those prices go up, and especially in the housing market. Now we are starting to see it level out, but I don't think that we're gonna see the prices that we had prior to the housing market boom. The right local know-how, that's where I come in. There's definitely some hidden gems and places that will make your stay here a lot more affordable. And there you have it. Those are the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Austin. Drop it in the comments. I'm sure I'll have some big opinions on this one. But for a lot of people, Austin is going to strike a good balance between opportunity, lifestyle, and community. And if you're thinking about relocating here, feel free to text me, drop a comment. I would love to connect, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a lot more great content coming your way. I don't even know if I introduced myself, but if you're new here, I'm Jacqueline Roland, your go-to Austin realtor. I also have a free relocation guide linked in the description, so feel free to grab that too. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.